A viral element of the whole invasion of Venezuela issue was the photo that they posted. We all know they have to have the photo. Trump Situation Room. I'll show you the one that they posted, and people found one of the elements of it particularly interesting. But know that Trump is obsessed with photographs. And similar to Kash Patel, like we talked about in the last segment, Obama situation. I'm going to compare these two. He needs the photo op. So you, of course, remember this was during the operation to kill Osama bin Laden. And it's iconic. And Trump really wanted his own version of this. Obama's leaning over, clearly stressed. Hillary Clinton, hand over her mouth. Joe Biden looking completely chill. Everyone's stressed, and it looks like Biden was like, "What's this? Oh, is this that new SEAL Team 6 TV show I was hearing about?" I love that. What the hell is this? Oh my gosh, that's a big helicopter. But everyone else looks stressed, and Trump, back whenever he killed. Who did he kill again? I'm forgetting. Al-Baghdad or something like that. He took this photo, and you think, wow, they really got a good photo. It looks like they're all staring at the TV. This was staged. So they did the operation to kill the guy. Then later actually went and took this photo because he wanted it so badly. So it may have been a similar situation here, but here's their photo during the operation. And what caught a bunch of people's attention, and I think they had a few of him looking intense in the room, but a little makeshift situation room, I guess, at Mar-a-Lago, is that on the TV screen in the background, X is open, Twitter. And as you try to examine what it is, it almost, it's too blurry for me. Jaden can try to zoom in, but this is what people have been analyzing. For one, during this operation, why is Twitter open? What are you waiting to see what's trending? And that word, correct me if I'm wrong, looks a little bit like Venezuela. It looks a little bit like they put into the X search bar. I don't know what the word was. Venezuela. To see what's trending. But who knows? President Donald Trump posted pictures of his brain trust orchestrating the capture of Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro inside a Mar-a-Lago war room, and many social media users noticed something in the background, a giant TV screen with an X tab open. The fact that Trump, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth were scrolling Elon Musk's platform while the U.S. military was striking Venezuela led to a wide range of reactions. Such as, Hegseth looks like he was made to change his password yesterday and now can't remember what it is. Also, why the F is X on the big screen? Not gonna lie, the fact that Trump and his staff were in the war room on X and checking the timeline wasn't on my bingo card. Here are some of the other quote-unquote badass photos that they posted. Hegseth scrolling X hard. Look at the screen behind him. Hegseth seems to, okay, this person saw it too, actively checking Venezuela keyword on X. No way. No way that is real. This is about to get trending so hard. Y'all, we're gonna go mega viral. Thermonuclear viral. As a war is being started. Now, one thing I wanted to show you too was, you know how Tulsi Gabbard exists? You know how she's still, I guess, a person somewhere. We never hear from her for some reason. She did the whole, we're going to capture Obama for conspiring to steal the election from Trump, and then I never heard from her. But she's the director of national intelligence. And unfortunate for the Trump administration, and unfortunately for her, she is very much on the record just a few years ago saying military intervention in Venezuela would be irresponsible. Click the subscribe button as you watch this clip. This was from 2020.
Here now exclusively, Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii, a combat veteran and 2020 Democratic presidential candidate. What's your reaction to that? You heard Kellyanne Conway, counselor to the president there.
What we are hearing is an increased saber-rattling intention saying the United States needs to send in the U.S. military now to wage yet another wasteful, counterproductive regime change war. And once again, it's being done under the guise of humanitarianism. When we look throughout history, every time the United States goes into another country and topples a dictator or topples a government, the outcome has been disastrous for the people in these countries. That's why we should use our leadership in the world to try to broker a diplomatic solution.
So Trump is wrecking our leadership in the world to make diplomatic solutions much more difficult. And she identified all those points before she sold out. Well, actually, I already didn't really like her back then, to be honest, for other reasons. But then she really went MAGA. That's not the only example. Here is her 2 months ago. 2 months ago. Let's see.
The old Washington way of thinking is something we hope is in the rearview mirror and something that has held us back for too long. For decades, our foreign policy has been trapped in a counterproductive and endless cycle of regime change or nation building. It was a one-size-fits-all approach of toppling regimes, trying to impose our system of governance on others, intervene in conflicts that were barely understood, and walk away with more enemies than allies. The results: trillions spent, countless lives lost, and in many cases, a creation of greater security threats.
So that's awkward. That's definitely very awkward for her, but none of them will really stand by their principles. By the way, did y'all see this? Pete Hegseth is starting the process to try to strip Mark Kelly of his rank over him making a video saying, hey, military service members, you have an obligation to follow the law, even if it contradicts with orders. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced unprecedented administrative action against Senator Mark Kelly, accusing the Arizona Democrat of seditious conduct, insane, and initiating a process that could strip the retired Navy captain of rank and reduce his military pension. Just so petty. And then lastly, on this miscellaneous list of things, Elon posted, had a lovely dinner last night with President Trump and FLOTUS, First Lady of the United States. 2026 is going to be amazing. And it's them having a dinner. And I can only imagine what they're talking about is, hey, dude, you remember when I try to get people to believe you're a pedophile? Like, that was so zany. I'm just such a goofball sometimes. I'll get high on ketamine. I'll just be like, he's a pedophile. And then I just love that you didn't care. It's kind of like whenever Mamdani used fascist and Trump went, nah, it's fine. You can call me that. Trump's like, nah, it's fine. I get it. I am all wrapped up in the Epstein stuff. Because it wasn't too long ago, Elon Musk was declaring war against Trump. He's in the Epstein files. That's why he won't release them. He needs to be impeached and removed. And now they're besties again. No, quit it. No, you're the pedophile. No, you're the pedophile. Stop it. Stop it. Crazy.